Comtings Invest, we're talking about investing, finance, and professionalism. For today's tips only, the investment we're going to talk today will be Ethereum Teach. It's my second posting of today. Respect to current time of 10:41 a.m. on Eastern Time. Ethereum country at $3,865, down about 6.46% so far. As you can see clearly, the overall crypto market and the equity market is experiencing some panic sell-off at the moment, right, with respect to the anticipatory pressure for the FOMC meeting that's going to derail from tomorrow on the 14th all the way to 15th, right? And I think based on the historical, my observation and experience, it should be broadcasted online or via YouTube, or CNBC should technically cover that as well. But 14th is more just like an internal meeting, and then 15th is more of a public announcement with a transcript that follows through. So today, the sell-off that we're seeing right now is just investor sentiment, around the what's gonna be the verbiage that Jerome's gonna talk about with respect to inflationary pressure, quantitative tapering, the Omicron, developments that we're still pending up in the air right now, and also with respect to recent news that I've heard overnight, last night, from Boris Johnson, which is the Prime Minister of UK. She said that there's been a confirmed case that several folks have died from the Omicron virus in England, obviously. So just more fear sell-off at the moment right now. And the reason that Ethereum is currently hovering around the $3,868, and we know clearly we got to the 3,843, which is the technical consolidation resistance level, right? So it's a critical level that we need to watch for, right? Because if we break through that level, that means 3,472 is coming, right? So right now, because of the fact that we did get hit on the limit order, so I currently have 58 Ethereum in my portfolio. So congratulations to me again. So with respect to the news front, there isn't any other specific news beside the macro news that we just talked about right now on a high level synopsis. So I don't want to go into that more specific because that's the key driver, and that's sufficient for us to understand what's going on right now. Right. So with respect to Ethereum right now, we are testing the consolidation level. So if you want to incur some risk right now, I think in terms of risk versus reward ratio, this is not terrible, right? And on the, let's see, the RSI is at the 41 right now, right? So it's not terrible. It's not the best, but we know that the wall that we at right now is a relatively substantive one, right? So for us to crack through this, fortress, if you may, it will require some more fear mongering, despite the fear that we already have right now. So we'll have to keep an eye out on this one. But if we get actually to the 3,472, that would be the perfect opportune time for you to capture this dip, because by then we'll be extremely oversold. Right, 3,150, that will be very unlikely, especially within this month. I think that will be just a huge outlier that will be forming into the chart. And today's affectation is not Ethereum specific, right? It's the overall market, right, ahead of the FOMC meeting, also combined with the Omicron news. So Bitcoin right now is down about 5% right now, bouncing off of the current level. That is also a resistance level that I've identified here. So the technical seems like it's all coming true all together. And right now we're hovering around this level. That's exactly because that's the level that we consolidated prior. People have appetite around this level, and that's why we're sustaining around this level right now. And respect to Dogecoin right now, still a good buy, 28 out of 70. So this is extremely oversold. I don't see Dogecoin going any further. I think going any further would just be very abnormal, I would say. Seems like investors are giving up. But I think that Dogecoin's activity is really mainly driven by the overall market rather than anything specific with Dogecoin, right? So if you believe in Dogecoin in the long term, I think today is the dip. Cardano down about 7.13% right now, 33 out of 70. So I think if you believe that, right now it's either we go up to 134 and consolidate, or 120 and we consolidate. With 125, which is not a level, it's just a flat number. So I think, if we believe that we're going to deplete even further, 120 would be the dip. But I think right now it's not terrible in terms of risk versus reward ratio right now. Solana is at the dip right now. It's not. I'm not a wizard. It's just that it's coming true at the 155 all the way to 133 to 113, and it seems like we're getting hit soon. So get ready for your place limit order, and this is something that is very logical based on the pattern that we've formed right now. XRP is at 80 cents. Basically contemplating, do we break below 78 cents or going to the 69? I think right now, I think the bottom technically would be somewhere around like the 75 because of a flat number, and we are relatively oversold right now. I don't think XRP is going to go any further down. That will be very, the outlier will be huge if we keep going down. It wouldn't make quite much sense for us. And then with respect to Polkadot, it's down about 6.5% right now. With respect to current level, yeah, I would say it's a dip right now. Anywhere from the current level to 25 is still the dip. Do we see like 1871? I think that will be very unlikely, unless you want to completely destroy the chart, and that will not make any sense at all. So I think the bottom technically should be somewhere around like again, right, 25. ALGORAND now about close to 9% right now. Seems like we're selling off. So the bounce is going to be at the 135, which we've seen before with the 35. So it seems like technical is coming true, right? Anywhere from the previous level that we were at before to 135 is still the dip. And as we go to 35, we're going to be very oversold, and it's going to rebound from there. Shiba Inu is down about 7.28% right now. As we go down, it's going to go down to the high 2,900 to 900 from here. MACTAX at 181 right now. So this is just technical speaking the truth again. 175 to 143. That's where we're going to go to. AVAX down about 10% right now. We broke through the 81. So we're going to hover around the current level all the way to 60. I think right now AVAX is not a terrible buy at the moment. With the first tier with respect to being on a fair level. And as we go down further, it's going to be go to attractive level, and then steal level, I think, with 60 from here. Oh, there we go. Let me expand this a little bit. So with respect to risk management level, these are the levels that I feel comfortable in. I think we are within a lot of the levels that we have seen here so far. And feel free to place your limit order, as I have as well. I think these are logical levels to incur risk, right? And today's media affectation is really just or extra heightened because of the main events tomorrow. And I think it makes sense to go through this hump, and then we'll be clear sky from there. That's my perspective. That's my optimism, and I think it makes sense because of just hedge funds rotations, and because of the window dressing affectation for crypto fund and equity fund as well. So hopefully this is helpful. It's a quick update. Just want to remind you guys to not sell on fear, buy on fear, sell on greed, basically. Hopefully this is helpful. Really appreciate you. Take care. Bye.